Let's go. We'll quickly rush. All right, guys. So we're right back today again. We're going to be hurrying this, little intro because you know me, you know him, we know each other. Everybody knows ourselves. So there's no need for an intro. If you don't know us, then welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll welcome you later in the name of the Lord. Let's let's shall hurry straight into the game because these guys have started.
Ooh, and away we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Nigerian Pro League Season 6 finale. It is still your main man, Priest and Fire. We did have a little interesting game yesterday. We saw the leaderboards. I think we saw a little bit of an insight into how these teams have been performing. Vibe Gaming will be the leaders so far with 10, 11, and O3 Brothers trailing behind in second and third place respectively. 21st Century in fourth place, and Active Gaming still here in fifth. And all of these teams have learned a couple of strategies from yesterday's games. Hopefully to apply it to today's games as well. And hopefully they will get a couple of more points to boost them into that top region of the leaderboard, and knowing to the fact that the journey to the grand finals begins here. Do not forget, every single finale point counts here. It will count towards the range split final points, and a total will give us the top 16 teams that will be participating in the Nigerian Pro League grand finale. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is day 2. And now the violence has already started to brew up. Archer versus 21st Century. It is very interesting here, but Baby and Roy will pull up to the scene. Again, sprays fantastic towards Pharaohs, knocked off clean as well. Baby jumps to the ground immediately, trying to catch Chris off guard, but Chris will try to get up the stairs, and he will get shot in the foot. Beautiful spray from Baby there, and 21st Century will rip this one through. Archer trying to escape, and a couple of sprays from Baby will catch him off guard again. And Archer, with the rest of the guys from Dream Team, trying to pull up to this scene, and hopefully they will find a way to hold off. 2 eliminations to them, and Baby will be set ablaze. Well, he will be able to hold on at least for the time being, as 6 Ben is still in a vehicle trying to pull up to his location. 21st Century holding off, but the grenade from Sad will connect, and that will be the end of Baby there. And it's an unfortunate scenario, but 6 Ben does pull up. Actually, he will get one of the players from Dream Team knocked away, but I do not think it would be wise for him to, continue with this engagement. 21st Century, unfortunately, will be able to come out here with only 1 elimination, and 6 Ben tries his best, but Rash will be the better man and the better angle, as 21st Century will be sent packing into the lobby.
Man, absolutely amazing gameplay coming in for the boys from 21st Century, from Dream Team actually in that position. But at first it looked like 21st Century did have the upper foot. We saw Baby come down from his vehicle and just absolutely try to stump a couple of them right there. But at the end of the day, it will be the boys right there from Dream Team who do find themselves on top right there. We do see right on the map that things are moving all the way towards that western region. And what do you think about the zone so far?
Well, it is quite an interesting play zone, western zone, playing to the advantage of teams like O3 Brothers, Knock and Lobby, and Cyclone Shield as well, coming in from that southern side. Even on the far west, Afro Esports, heavily blessed, almost central. So, I am a little bit wary of the teams that have not made into the play zone just yet. Yeah, I'm talking about Free Esports, the guys from Old Guards, No Rage Esports, and No Gaming. Those teams will have a lot of difficulty, making rotations inside of this zone. It would require a lot of effort from them to navigate through as well. But
Exactly.
strategy.
Exactly. We'll continue to see how this one does play out for them, as several different teams will be looking to get themselves into that favorable position within that zone. There's also the boys from Active Gaming who are all the way on that bridge, just the region that the boys from Dream Team will be looking to see if they could rotate from. You can already see Ines, Pro, Skinny, and the rest trying as much as possible to make the move. Now, Active Gaming is I think probably by now a lot of people already know. So, I mean, it might be good to talk about it. There's been a lot of changes in, active gaming. So this is probably the team going forward after MPL that a lot of people are going to be seeing. So this is sort of like their main team. There's been a little change on their roster with Seven and Bego now parting ways with the boys from Active Gaming. So I guess it's a good time. It's a good time to probably just talk about that.
So when you say talk about that, what do you
Yeah,
mean though? Like what? Why? This is barely a month,
yeah.
since they joined Active Gaming. So how come, they
I
just
think
joined and they're already
I, I,
out of
I
Active
think I
Gaming
think
already?
it's different in styles. It's different in
Okay.
styles. So I would say that Bego and Seven are a bit more aggressive and solo in the way they play, and the boys in active gaming are more like compact in the way they push and the way they attack. They're more focused on playing in a teamwork kind of style. You understand, like staying very close to each other. That's how
Mm.
they usually perform well. You would see even in yesterday's games, right, when they were making those pushes. When one player is alone on his own, he'll probably get taken out. So they mostly succeed more when they push together, when they stick in a 2-2, sort of formation, and that has sort of worked out for them. But now we do see some action coming in from Afro Esports today. We're champions of the Infinix
Yeah, the
competition.
Gaming Masters. Yeah.
Yeah, the gaming
Yes, the
masters.
Infinix
Yeah.
Gaming Masters. I was able to witness them perform absolutely fantastic in the real world,
Mm.
outcast. And I saw a lot of I saw actually a lot of players today actually in Lagos. Big shout out to everyone. They turned up. It was actually very fun. Getting to connect with the community. I saw Bego. Um, I saw Chris. I saw some of the guys from in Invincibles, Ronnie. I saw O3 Brothers. Nexus was there. It was very fun actually. And yeah, I mean, we had fun. Afro Esports did come out on top. 21st Century, I think, did take second place or something along those lines. And I think the Invincibles were in third place or something. Or O3 actually was in third place or second place, something around those lines. But, it was fun to watch. Afro Esports playing a little bit of the central position here, spraying towards the guys from Knock and Lobby, trying to catch Captain off guard. But he will be making a rotation just out of reach for Peachy. And Afro Esports will be playing the terrain here. It's very interesting, though, the way they've been playing it here. That's a fantastic spray, though, from Peachy. And he is going to knock Malak all the way down to about 25 HP, but he will make it out of dodge and rotate out of the distance. He will not be spotted. But now the return fire from Noka Lobby is great, actually. We'll tag up the buggy for Peachy. And it's going to be very unfortunate if you start losing vehicles this early in the game. I mean, having no vehicles, moving further into stage two, stage three, of that circle, it could get very, very tricky for you, especially in this kind of play zone that we're having right now, this western kind of zone. Most of those
Yeah,
teams
definitely.
that are playing from the west, it could be very, very difficult for them to navigate. Though, active gaming, though, you can see them on the map there, by the edge of the bridge or from the rear end. So it could spell disaster for them if the guys from Dream Team actually decide to make that push, just from behind. It could get very, very ugly for the guys from Active Gaming if they're not aware that Dream Team is there.
Yeah, I think they're actually aware of that position that the boys from Dream Team are currently holding. We did see them, put up a position where it looked like for a bit that they were going to, you know, wait for the attack to come through. And I also think that the boys from Dream Team are also aware of their position. But now let's turn our sights onto the boys from Knock and Lobby, who are getting pushed in this region by the boys from Afro Esports right there. You can see Elixir, currently aware of Peachy's position, and he's trying as much as possible to evade the shots that are coming through. And Peachy continue on with the onslaught. Definitely, they are fully, ready to take on the fight with anybody right now. But then Peachy does fall into.
Oh, ooh, that
Okay,
was a
this is
tricky
so
one there. That
this is
was
so tricky
such a
stuff. Yeah.
tricky one. If Knock and Lobby did have another utility bust out there, it could have changed the game for them. And Afro Esports, again, it could get trickier. A Cyclone Shield will pull up to the scene there. Laser is going to get caught off guard. It's a three-way battle here. And a grenade from Elixir will be knocking Elixir, as Knock and Lobby will be knocking each other and probably lobbying each other as well. Cyclone Shield making the right calls and the right plays in this area, navigating through, trying to breach this position and eliminate the guys from Afro Esports one after the other. But a fantastic spray from Peachy there, trying to eliminate the guys from Cyclone Shield, as Roach will duck from that position there. But the Molotov cocktail will connect again. But fortunately for Peachy, he gets out of dodge. Knock and Lobby is still knocking at the door on the left-hand side. A Cyclone Shield will breach. FBI open up. Now is the entry they've been looking for. But Peachy's grenade will stick and connect. Knock Stoner down immediately. Ooh. Knock and Lobby are still breaching out that left-hand side. Peachy's fighting everyone. He fights to the left and he pops a grenade. He's going to catch Captain, knocks him clean off as well. Agbalagba is in the corner. They're trying to catch another confirmation, but it is going to come through from Peachy. And the grenade will do the job there. And Afro Esports starting to connect again. Ooh, Recti spotted, knocked clean off as well. But Peachy finally, they have to put a stop to him. The madness has to stop, and it is going to stop. Peachy's knocked clean off again. And Afro Esports down 2 players, and Peachy will bleed out courtesy of steroid. Cyclone Shield not biting at all, as Roach is just a little bit by the corner there. 3 players for Cyclone Shield knocked away, and it looks like there's a chance here for Knock and Lobby to eliminate and steal something there. But here comes Swags, and Agbalagba is out there just peeking a little bit from the corner there. Steroids has to move on. He has to get that revive for the rest of his teammates, and a beautiful play. But O3 is there. O3 have pulled up to the scene, and now they started to rain bullets onto the guys from Afro Esports. But Steroids has been spotted, and the sprays are fantastic. They might just send him back into the lobby fire. It could get very tricky for him.
Man, absolutely tricky one coming in for these guys right here with the third parties coming through, and Afro Esports trying as much as possible to stay alive. And this one, the Neo will be that man to keep them alive in here. But here comes Elixir. He's trying as much as possible to see if he can finally put in that damage onto the boys from Afro Esports. And it looks like it may just be the end. And the boys from O3 also doing that damage onto them. But here comes MOB to the scene as well. And it's just party after party in this region, man, Priest.
Yeah, it's a party. It's definitely a party season. I mean, I don't know what they are looking for in this place. I don't know what is in here, but it looks like this is the golden. This is the goose that laid the golden eggs, because every single team is here. But Afro Esports, unfortunately, will be finally excapulated and sent back into the lobby. But Knock and Lobby now have to fight for their lives, one after the other. They spray and they spray and they pray. Elixir tries his best, but his best is not going to be good enough, as No Name will pull up to the scene there, and that will be the end of Knock and Lobby, as Agbalagba will go down to No Name as well. O3 finally getting a taste of their own medicine, as Shiva will get knocked away as well. And O3 are fighting battles on every single corner there, as the guys from Men of Blood will pull up to the scene. Magic's grenade is good. Right from the corner, right into Nexus's forehead. It connects, and Nexus will be confirmed immediately. No Name steps and sidesteps from the shield corner there. Pops a couple of shots actually towards Magic. And Magic will do the job as he eliminates the guys from O3. And what a time for them to pull up to the scene.
Goodness.
They will lose rage in that engagement, but they will come out on top with 4 eliminations. Men of Blood smell blood in the water, and they get 4 eliminations to boot.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely crazy stuff going down right here. We saw so many different teams within this region. First of all, it was the boys from Afro Esports versus Knock and Lobby. And then, of course, it was CLS putting up into the scene. And then Afro Esports came in with a third party. So it was third party upon third party upon third party. And guess what? It is not done, because the boys from Free Esports are also rotating around this region, looking to see if they can pull up into this position right here. And it might just even get much worse. But the boys from Men of Blood being able to come out on top with 4 of those eliminations. And what this means for the boys for 10-11 is going to be, super immense, because we did see them yesterday leading the entire, the entire leaderboard right there, and they found themselves all the way on top. So it'll be curious to see if they can continue to replicate that in, today's games. Definitely some of the contenders have been sent back now, with Afro Esports going out quite early, as well as the boys from O3, the boys from 10-11. We'll be looking to see if they can climb up.
Climbing up is the is the plan here for most of these teams, though. But you have to. I'm sure the guys from Men of Blood are so happy right now. I mean, so many loot boxes around them. They're just walking through, taking what they want from all the crates around, and that's just the fun part of it, you know. But the guys from, I think I saw the guys from Old Guards hovering around in the northern area. But then that play zone would require a lot, and I mean a lot of effort and work, you know, for most of these teams to navigate these positions. But I am very impressed though, seeing the guys from Men of Blood holding out this position. You know, it would require a little bit of zone blessing, you know, for them to navigate through. The play zone will be closing up very, very shortly. And now the guys from First Arctics getting their hands dirty now, and to the guys from Foul Play, PlayStation 5 will get knocked away, and it will get confirmed almost immediately, courtesy of Agathe. And Agathe, yesterday we saw her. She was the knight in shining armor, trying to save the rest of her team every single time. She did come in clutch, but now Foul Play have 4 eliminations to add to the mix here, and hopefully this might just be the game, you know, that they decide to step up in.
Yeah, absolutely. We will see if this is the game that continues to, rack them up those points all the way up on that leaderboard. But they have not been able to, put up the performances as we do expect. They're coming in today again with a 3-man squad, and they've lost one. It's PlayStation 5 who is down, who did, by the way, get them 2 eliminations. So they have to continue on this game with the duo. They have the boys from Free Esports around this region, as well as Vibe Gaming lurking around. So there are a couple of squads around them. There's also the boys from First Actics also as well. So they have a lot to contend with if they're going to come out on top in this region with Jagaban and Rumsey just lurking around. It might prove to be really difficult for them. There's also Yomite and Agate around this position as well. So we'll see what this means. We're seeing a different Agate by the way. She's usually that player who is racking you those placement points. But so far yesterday we saw her getting the vital elimination to continue to keep them alive in this game.
I've been very impressed, with Agathe's performance. Really, I can't even deny. She has gotten significantly more aggressive. I believe that is the strategy that they are teaching them in First Tactics now, because I see that it tends to work.
Absolutely. It is actually what they do want to put out there, as we can see them getting those eliminations coming through. But now they will be looking to see if they can perform a lot better. They're at a disadvantage in this particular game as they've lost one of the players. Dolly has been sent back into the lobby, and it's just Agate and Yomai to try as much as possible to keep them alive in this game. And they've got the boys from Free Esports lurking around this particular region to deal with. There's also the boys from Foul Play, but with Free Esports just hopping into the vehicle and moving away from the ups right there, they can now focus the sights onto the boys from Foul Play. All right, so we'll see, how this one's building up. Several different teams are already beginning to make the move into that spot within that zone. And you can see all of these teams are currently situated, around that zone where the water is currently at. The boys from 10-11 moving all the way from that northwestern region, and right there within the center, you do have the boys from Rage Esports lurking around. The boys from OG, and we might see something going down also with the boys from Vibe Gaming as well, as they continue to make those rotations towards that spot. But remember, guys, do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Let us know who you guys are going to be supporting, who you think is going to be coming out on top in this game right here between all of these teams. We're still seeing the boys from Foul Play and the boys from First Actors really close to the position, and it does look like we're going to be seeing a fight coming down between these two of them as they inching closer and closer towards their position. Mission can somehow PlayStation and his boys keep their hopes alive in this particular game. The boys from Foul Play just waiting for that one opportunity to look to take down the ops right there. It is Low King just hanging down on that building. There's Agate right in front, and remember we talked about Agate being a lot more aggressive in this game. She's got 1 elimination to boot right here, and will she be able to add to those numbers, as Lone Wolf and Low Kane might just be the victims for Agatha in this position, but let's see how it goes. The grenade already beginning to cook from Locaine. Can that grenade make that connection onto that position where Agatha currently is? It does not do the required damage, as you can see her just fortifying meds right there, and we might see what that does mean at the end of the day. So something has happened. Priest is currently not here, but I'll find out what is the issue in a bit. I'm not too sure. It does look like he has maybe some power issues, and that happens sometimes. But we'll be continuing. I do have a little bit of cold, but guys, just bear with me. All right, so the boys from Foul Play will just be getting out of that position right there, as they do find themselves just moving all the way into that zone, and that will be their preferred mode as Locaine and Lone Wolf do try to get into that zone quite quickly. Now, speaking about the zone, several different teams are already situated quite comfortably within it. As we can see right there, all of the guys are making the move quite comfortably, with the boys from First Actix trying as much as possible to get into that center where the boys from OG are currently located. You can see Active Gaming in a pretty much what is a 2-2 split coming in between them, as the boys from Foul Play do find themselves in a little bit of trouble coming up against the boys from Dream Team, and they will be losing their player right there. Now all of these teams are looking to begin to make their rotations into that zone. The boys from Dream Team already as well, getting tossed by the boys from 10-11, and Bego and Sheks are continuing to send on them shots onto them right there, and it might just be spell the end for Archer, as he is one of the two members left for the boys from Dream Team, as they are currently leading the charge with 6 eliminations. To Booth right here in this position, and he does hop into his vehicle and is looking to get out of that position right there, as Sad will be definitely happy to see him coming through in this position. There's also Rage, and it might spell the end for the boys from Dream Team in this particular position, as Rage is currently around them, and yeah, might just be the end right there for the boys from Dream Team, as they've got so many different teams around this particular region looking and lurking to take them out. The boys from Rage Esports are currently within this vicinity as well. You can see Alpha might just be that guy to send on them shots, take them down. There's also Free Esports who is rotating around this vicinity as well. And will Archer be able to get out of dodge right there? You can see him already beginning to send on them shots, letting it loose onto the boys from Rage Esports. He does a little bit of damage onto the boys right there, Top G, but he's not able to take them down. And with the knock coming through, now is the time when he might just be able to get that little bit of elimination. But he's not looking like he wants to hold back. He wants to make that push onto this location. There's 99 Alpha, who's also within this position, but the zone's now coming through, and here's where things now beginning to get tough for all of these guys. You can see Alpha just heading up into that zone. There's the boys from Free Esports as well as MOB right there in front. Those two might have their own skirmishes to definitely deal with, and everyone's hopping into vehicles and trying as much as possible to get into that zone. You can see the boys from Dream Team now get into their vehicle and try as much as possible to see if they can get out of dodge right there, but there's so much going down at every single corner. It's the boys from MOB, and now beginning to put in the work right there onto the boys from Free Esports. They're trying to keep their hopes alive. They've got the zone coming through from them, but Free Esports do lose a couple of the members. They're down to the last 2, as Rumsey does get confirmed right there, but also so we do see Jaggerband in that building trying to send on them shots onto the boys from No Rage. He's dropped Top C. Will he be able to get the elimination coming through? We'll see, what that does mean at the end of the day. But Skinny's also now coming into the mix. We're seeing him. He's got one knock coming through onto the boys from 10-11. And this is what the boys from 10-11 are now beginning to get dealt with, as Shek's been dropped. Fex has already been sent back into the lobby. And it does look like the boys from Active Gaming are putting in the work onto the last player right here for 10-11. And remember, the boys from 10-11 were the guys who were leading the charge. And here comes Prop Pro. He's coming into the scene. He's driving that vehicle, looking to see if he can take out the last player right there for 10-11. And Prop Pro might just be that guy to put in that last bit of damage, that last bit of work onto players right there from 10-11 who are currently leading the charge. But here comes Prop Pro. All right, he focuses on trying as much as possible to stay alive. He's sending on them shots onto the boys from OG. I'm not sure he's quite aware of that position where the last player for 10-11 is currently at. He's sending on them shots. He was down to pretty much what is 1 HP, but now he's going to be keeping his hopes alive in this one, but he does get knocked down, and it does look like 2 players right here for Active Gaming have currently been knocked. Will they be able to get the revive just in time? It does look like Skinny might be able to get him back up. But my goodness, they might just lose the 1 player. It might be Surge, who will get thirsted and sent back into the lobby, and that's exactly what it is. The boys from Active Gaming will be losing 1 of the players. Pro trying as much as possible to stay alive, but he will be getting knocked down by the zone, and now they've got to make the move into that zone right there. Things not going quite as planned for them, as we're down to 7 teams right here within this game, and the boys from OG, they've not gotten themselves into any eliminations, but now they're getting into the fight against the boys from Free Esports. So you can see Mondo does get put down. It's Zani who's getting into the action right there. There's also the boys right there from MOB currently within this vicinity. They dropped 1 of the players from OG. And it is party after party at every single corner. The teams are trying as much as possible to see if they can stay alive. MOB holding a great position within that center. And that center is still looking quite great for the boys from MOB. Several different teams are trying as much as possible to begin to make the rotations. The boys from OG are looking quite strong, as well as they're sending on shots onto the boys from Active Gaming. You can see Skinny trying as much as possible to see if he can escape the ups right there, but the shots just keep flying over and over again towards his position, as they now put down Munger. The boys from Active Gaming have 2 eliminations to the name, but they've got the boys from OG right in front of them. And here's where the smokes, the shots, and everything now begins to count for the boys right there from OG. Vibe Gaming is also in the conversation. They've got just that 1 man, as you can see, Iceman sending on shots onto the boys from Active Gaming. And so unless it's currently just rotating around this vicinity, it sends on them shots, but it's not able to take them down. As coming in from the third party is the boys from OG, who do put him down. And now it's the boys from OG against MOB. No Gaming is also in the conversation, as they are getting the heat by the boys from OG, as well as the boys from MOB within this position. Now let's go. Excuse me. I don't know why today I'll be having cold of all days. Of all days. Eh? Oh God! The thing about cold, yeah, is that cold just affects your whole vibe. It just affects like everything. Yeah. Basically, it can turn you upside down. But regardless, we're now beginning to see, the shots and the nades being sent through, as Creed is trying to get a knock onto the boys from No Gaming. It's Keys and Beebs at that location. He's trying as much as possible to see if he can get a knock coming through. Remember, MOB were the guys who were absolutely outstanding coming through against, teams like, I forgot who they took out. I think it was the boys from 03 that they actually did take out. They're sitting down with 9 eliminations to come through. We still got about 4 teams left in this position. The boys from Active Gaming, who did lose 2 of the members, are still holding it quite strong here as they're down to that top 4, but they will get dropped by 11. Here's what it is. It's tough at every single corner. You can see the shots being let loose by Creed. Creed, the 1-man army, the man, the myth, is continuing to send on the shots onto the boys from OG. We talked about OG yesterday, they're not having, quite the game that they would have hoped to have. But now, the bud is getting dropped at every single corner. The boys from Active do lose on Naz, and will get thirsted. Everyone's getting into the action, coming in from the other corner right there. The last player for Active Gaming will now be sent back into the lobby, as they do lose Skinny. Now the boys from MOB are now going to be turning their sights onto the boys from No Gaming. Guns is feeling the heat. Kids as well. And you can see Creed being absolutely outstanding. He drops not 1 but 2 bodies. And now he can turn his side onto Beebs, as Beebs is going to be getting sent out right there. And Creed is absolutely outstanding. He does have 5 eliminations to booth right here. And now they'll be turning their sights onto the boys from OG. OG currently sitting down in this game with just 2 players who are currently up. They have Pedro, who's been dropped down. There was some OG sitting down with 3 eliminations, but they're coming up against an MOB team who has been absolutely crazy right here with the boy Creed. It's the boy Creed who has been doing the stuff over and over again right next to the boys from Magic. They're pulling off quite a great team right there. And he drops another body. Right now it's just left with Monga. Monga is the only ups right there, stopping them from getting that winner with a chicken dinner. And he does find him, and it drops him down. And as the boy Creed, definitely he's going to be our MVP of the night. Absolutely amazing stuff right there, as the boys from MOB do get themselves 14 eliminations to come through. And you can see right there, totally, they do rack themselves those 26 points overall. All right, amazing stuff coming through from the boys right there from MOB. All right, guys, some absolutely amazing gameplay coming in for the boys from MOB right there. We did lose Priest somewhere along the line, and if my voice sounds a bit different, it's because I'm having a cold. I'm having a cold right now. So, anyways, we'll be taking a quick break. Let me go catch some coffee, some drink, and see if I can come back with sounding less nasal. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys in a couple of moments. We'll be right back. For now, we'll take some advert from our sponsors, and we'll see you soon.
Hello guys, my name is ISTG Oluashom. My in-game name is 03NEXT018. I'm the clan leader at the IGL of O3 Brothers. Yeah, we finished first place in the last season of MPL. And then our experience in the tournament was very, very good because it was a nice competition. So we could learn new things, we could learn how to rotate and new strats. And then it paid off well. And we hope you guys can get us a better stream and then increase the price pool. That was all. Thank you very much. Thank you Carbon, thank you 1080, thank you MPL. God bless. Face in your face. Face in your face.
All right, guys. So welcome back. We'll be moving straight into the next game of the night. So we're going to be seeing the same performances coming in from the boys of MOB in that one, as they did find themselves racking those amazing points. All right, so do let us know if you did enjoy that game. But before we move into the next game, we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. All right, so what's the leaderboard going to say? Who is going to be on top at the end of the day? Without further ado, let's take a look at that and see where everyone is currently placed. So the boys from Men and Blood have found themselves moving all the way 6 positions right down to that second spot. And they're currently trailing the boys from Vibe Gaming with just 11 points. And the boys from 10-11 find themselves in that third position, as well as our current reigning champions, the boys from 03, finding themselves all the way in that fourth spot. And the boys from Active Gaming and the boys from the First Century had found themselves dropping down 1 point, 1 position down towards that fifth and sixth respectively positions right there. But the boys from Olga do find themselves moving 3 spots all the way up as they continue on with their lovely performances. The boys from Vibe Gaming have gotten themselves 2 with the chicken dinners, so can we see them get another one right here? It is looking quite tight. Let's hop into the game and see where all of these guys are currently situated at. So we're moving on ground right here with a Vikendi game, and you guys know how I feel about Vikendi. Vikendi is not my favorite game or my favorite map rather, because basically just share like how long it takes, you know. But regardless, we're definitely going to be seeing a zone moving all the way, cutting through that central position from west towards that east central position right there. And all of these teams are already beginning to find their spots. Did you see right there, man? Kresnik, the boys from all 3 brothers are definitely holding that spot on challenge. And it does seem like they have pretty much on the map quite a very funny split, as Nexus will be moving all the way towards that region around Mount Kresnik, and the rest of his teammates are currently within another vicinity. I know sometimes that certain teams do tend to do that if they are wanting to, you know, find themselves in different spots of the zone. They're not too sure if it's going to move all the way towards the northern side or if it's going to go south. And now I do believe with Labis and Ace currently sitting down in that southern side of the zone, definitely the boys from Nexus will be rotating, you know, towards that spot, because they are each in quite closer towards that center of the zone. So everyone's pretty much in that even space right now. We'll continue to see, you know, how things are going to evolve in the game. The boys from Active Gaming have sort of a split too as well, and we do see that the boys from Afro Esports might be maybe in a moment getting pushed by the boys from OG. We do see OG Manga, who is currently not with his teammates, hopping into a vehicle looking to join them in that loot around that region in Hot Springs. So they're currently unchallenged in that position. Two teams that I do believe might be getting into a fight are the boys right there from 10-11, as well as the boys from Vibe Gaming. We might be seeing them getting into a skirmish. As you can see right there on the map, they're pretty much just close to each other all the way at that northern side, very close to Coal Mine. Bougie and his boys who are currently sitting down on top of the entire leaderboard might be looking to you know, get themselves into a fight. Now remember, 10 and 11, they're a new squad, but regardless, they're filled with definitely ex-merchants of several different teams like Bego, like Fex, who do have a lot of experience, as well as Godier. So they're coming into this competition as, you know, one of the favorites, one that everyone's definitely looking to perform. But regardless of the fact that you have the heavy hitters like, of course, Fex and Bego, synergy is something that does have to be built. Shakes, on the other hand, no one's really sure what his name is or who he is. Although some people rumor that he is Voldemort himself. But we'll see, you know, how he's able to, you know, put up those performances in this game. The boys from Vibe Gaming are pretty close to them, so that might be a challenge to put up in this early game. But there's also all the way towards that, if you can turn your side towards that eastern region, there might be something going down as the boys from Foul Play are beginning on with their rotations right there. And so before we even continue to even discuss on anything else. I want to give a shout out to, Jesse, to the guys who have been doing a lot of the live scores that you guys are seeing right here, doing a lot of things. So we've been playing around, trying as much as possible to improve our production, and the improvement in quality that you're seeing is not just coming from me. Of course, I have a newer system right now. Hello, okay, so I'm able to provide a better quality of stream. But that aside, there's also guys, Jesse and his team. I forgot who the other guy is. Putting in some quality time to make sure that they're giving us those live scores. So that's going down through some really hard work in the back end. So for a lot of people who be like, just did this, just did that, just is really working hard in the back end to make sure that he's giving you guys those live scores coming through the tables and all of the real-time data. So it feels like we have APIs. We don't have those APIs. All of this is powered by the hard work coming in from Jesse, and as well as Bud Cider being the technology that does enable us, to be able to present all of this right here. But definitely kudos to the team from 10 and 80 putting all of this together, and we're trying as much as possible to see if we can continue to put in, the maximum quality into everything that we do and what we try to deliver. So we're going to keep on improving the quality of what we do and our output. But unfortunately, a bug hit me again today. I'm very allergic to certain things. So when there's a change in, should I say, the weather, and it just changed now again, or something, I don't know. I get a cold. Ever since I moved to UK, I've been catching this bug quite often. But it is what it is. Every so now and then. But anyways, let me, just currently just take a look at where all of these teams are currently situated at. The boys from 10-11 still hanging around that northern region. I do think that their strategy right here is to sort of like play that edge. That they're not looking to get into a lot of action within the central positions. They're leaving that for guys like Free Esports and No Gaming, who are currently looking around this central position. And like I said, this is one of the reasons why I really, really, really dislike Vikendi, because two teams can be really close to each other, but because of the way the buildings are currently positioned and they're built, this team's not going to be making a push towards their location. They can just hang around, they can just lurk around. You can see them right here, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're most likely not gonna get into a fight until things start getting choked up, until maybe we're moving into that stage 3, stage 4 of the zone, before you start seeing people making those very deliberate push into that zone. Speaking about the zone, it is moving all the way towards that southern region, and we're now seeing several different teams already situated right there. I'm just begging the blue zone. Come on. You gotta shrink quite quickly. Like if I had advanced room cards and I was setting a game for Vikendi, I think I'll make the zone like move a lot faster, because I hate this map. I can't even help myself. I keep quiet on there. Alright, it was from First Actix in the last game. Didn't have quite the game they would have hoped for, as Agatha and the rest got lost a couple of the members quite early. But they're coming into this one with a 4-man squad. The last one, they came in with a 3-man squad, and it was just Dolly who got knocked down quite early, and it was left with Agate and her teammate. I do believe it was your mic to try as much as possible to hold off for them for quite a long time. But the shots now being let loose from the boys from Free Esports, as they're sending on shots onto the boys from No Gaming. They're trying to see if they can get that entry, knock into that position, and make that push. Free Esports always that team looking to get into the action as much as they can. No Gaming have a couple of players around this vicinity. They've got the boys from First Actix, who might be looking to see if they can get into the action. There's also the boys from Ooh, but speaking of which, the boys from Free Esports do get a knock onto one of the players right there for no gaming and his guns, who is currently taken down. And here comes Jagaban and his teammate pulling up into the vicinity, but the third party shots already beginning to fly in this region. And Free Esports have got to be careful. Ramsey is currently down. He's down to pretty much what is 1 HP. Jagaban also beginning to feel the heat, and there's some different teams around this region that it might just be really difficult for them. But let's see what the boys from Free Esports are going to do. They're sending on the money onto that position, and there's Ramsey who is trying as much as possible to see if he can do some damage onto the boys right there from No Esport. His Keys is currently down in that building. The nade doesn't manage to connect, as Gun and Keys will be holding this position quite jealously. But it still doesn't connect. He's trying to get Guns taken down, but Guns is not currently in the position that he thinks he is. But now here where things now begin to get interesting, as Guns HP is currently down, but Ramsey is not aware of that one. Will this Molly, will this nade do the necessary damage? He does move away from that position right there, but here comes Ramsey. He does get the knock, and that knock that's quite required right here. Can he get the elimination coming through? Does look like O3 is also coming into this vicinity. They're trying to come in with a third party. Keys will get dropped. The confirmation coming through by Jagaban. Here's No Gaming Beeps trying as much as possible to escape this region. No Gaming getting shot up from several different corners. They have lost 2 other players right here. There was some O3 also coming in through. They moved all the way from that position they had at Mount Kresnik, and they've now tried to come to this position where several different teams are taking on shots. They've heard the shots coming through from the boys from Free Esports onto No Gaming, and now that has attracted several different teams into this position. The boys from Vibe Gaming are also lurking around, looking to see if they can get into the action right here. But you cannot take it away from the boys from No Gaming, who are trying as much as possible to keep their hopes alive in this one, as the boys from Free Esports are currently looking to see if they can take down the remaining members of the boys from No Gaming. Jagaban and his boys are setting on the shots, they're sending on mollies, they're doing everything to make sure that they can take down the boys from No Gaming right there. But the molly is currently restricting Jagaban from pulling up into that position within that building, and that may just give Beeves and his member the time to continue to heal up the damage that's been done. But they're currently in a 2v4, and Hawkeye will get dropped right there by the boys from O3 from a distance, and the boys from No Gaming might have just been spared, but definitely Nexus, evil Nexus, will be the one coming in with the third party shots right there, and does seal that confirmation. The boys from O3 stealing the shots right here, and you can see that may have just bought time for No Gaming to pull out of this particular region. The boys from Free Esports do lose one of the members to the third party shots coming through from the boys from O3. O3 just hanging around, getting those third party eliminations coming through. They do have 2 of those eliminations so far. But the boys from Free Esports are currently relentless, as Ramsey is trying as much as possible to see if he can get that extra bit of elimination coming through against the boys from No Gaming. He's popping up everything, trying as much as possible to use his utilities, but it would definitely be Ramsey getting that final elimination coming through, as he does send out the boys from No Gaming back into the lobby, and now we're left with only 59 bodies, and from the sky right there, we're still seeing, the boys from. There's some action going down between Knock and Lobby. I'm gonna move into that quite quickly. This looks like Knock and Lobby and the boys from First Actics are getting into the mix. It is Elixir. Not gonna be trying as much as possible to stay alive, but there's also some third party coming in through in this position right there, as the boys from Dream Team do come in and get those extra bit of eliminations coming through, and everyone's getting a piece of the pie right now. It is just party after party action on every single corner. Oh boy. Someone right there says CLS for the win, and that goes to Danny Brown. Danny Brown not being able to, show up in today's games for the boys from CLS, but definitely rooting from them from a distance. But here comes the boys from MOB now beginning to get into the vicinity where the boys from O3 are currently at. And remember, it was the boys from MOB who got into that third-party position up against the boys from O3. And now may we be seeing a revenge or another stellar performance from the boys from MOB. Can Creed put up the same performance he had against the boys from O3 in the previous one? It was magic, and Creed putting up those eliminations that give them those amazing boosts initially, and they find themselves all the way up into that second spot. But now from a distance, here comes the boys from 21. They've lost one of the players. Baby's been dropped down. They're trying to make those rotations into that zone, but this happens a lot. But we're now seeing the shots being let loose right there from the boys from Free Esports onto the boys from O3 Brothers, who now have come within the line of sight. And everyone has got to start making those adjustments into that zone as it is moving all the way towards that southern region. So many different teams are currently positioned quite well. The boys from Free Esports, as you can see right there, are right next to the boys from O3, and MOB is also, trying as much as possible to see if they can get into the fight, get into the conversation as well. MOB is not so far away from the boys from O3, and this is one thing that I do hate about the Vikendi. You can see like the fights really, this distant fight has a lot of buildings covering them, and the layout of the scenery just makes it like, yesterday's game wasn't quite like this. It ended up in the open, but today's games is just like, yeah, the way and the reason why I hate Vikendi. This is what I was talking about. All right, Free Esports still looking for those knocks from a distance, looking to see if they can take on several different teams. But Ramsey was searching; he was itching to see if he could get a knock coming through against the boys from O3, but it was going the other way. But Jagaban is the man who now gets the knock coming through up against the boys right there from O3. Will he have his teammates pulling up right there into his location to somehow get him that relief that is quite needed? Or will they be trying as much as possible to see if they can pull up onto that location where they currently at? It does look like Ace is getting that revive onto Nexus, regardless of the fact that they haven't gotten into a close quarter fight with any team so far, but they've been stealing and farming those kills from a distance, and that's exactly how they're currently racking up those points coming through. And now they can continue on with their onslaught, but my goodness, it does seem like two other players right there from O3 are feeling the heat as they will get dropped to the Shiva and La Bista, who get taken out by the boys from MOB, and MOB continuing on the game as they finished it in the last one. My goodness, what a game, what a time. Some of these guys are just fighting toe to toe. Well, we can't turn our sights on the boys from First Actics now. They're coming up against CLS. CLS not having quite a time. Remember, in the last game, it was the boys from First Actics who did give them a run for the money, and now it's just left for Steroids, who is pretty much on the run again. Steroids trying as much as possible to escape the ups right there, as he might just be moving towards the vicinity of the boys from Active Gaming. Active Gaming on another corner as well, sending on the shots onto the boys from Afro Esports. And it is CLS Steroids who finds a way to just get out of the dodge right there. Hold on to their life. Face Tactics and the rest are still looking quite strong in this game. Free Esports. O3 Brothers have lost two of the members. But it will be Magic, the boy, who's still trying as much as possible to hold on to their life for these teams. The boys from First Active sitting down in this one with 5 eliminations to Booth, as well as the boys from Free Esports and O3 sitting down with 4 eliminations each. And everyone's now beginning to make the rotations into that zone. We do see the boys from O3 not too far away from Vibe Gaming. And Vibe Gaming, remember, they're sitting down quite comfortably all the way in that top. If you want to seal that number 1 spot, you definitely want to be taking them out. But they've got the numbers, they've got the buddies on ground to make this work for themselves, as there's no team who's currently a pushover. But can that nade coming through from Nexus do the necessary damage for him to make that push into that location? You can see Kenny is currently in a situation where he might get taken out, but that nade just bounces down in front of that building. And now here's what it is. Iceman's currently knocked down. Nexus is still trying as much as possible to see if he can make a move into this location. He wants to smoke. He wants to take him down, but the revives are coming through for Iceman, as he currently has gotten back up. But here's what it is. Iceman popping the nade into that position where Nexus is currently at. Now he's got to move into that zone. And here's where things now begin to get difficult for him, because there's a full squad right there in front of him. The boys from Vibe Gaming, and it's not just any squad, it's the guys who are currently sitting down on top of the entire leaderboard. So you do know that they have the firepower to continue to pull things through. And here's where Ace and Nexus are finding it quite difficult for them. But Nexus is not having any of that. As he does drop teams down, the nade popping right next to him is not able to do the damage as required. But Ace will now get dropped. Nexus, of course, and Dr. Duties again. And now the boys from Vibe Gaming going to be pulling up onto this location. It does look like they're hopping into the vehicle, looking to get out of this position right here, and just keeping the line of sight for as long as they can. Kenny's currently got sights onto the boys from O3 Brothers. He's looking to see if he can get those bit of eliminations coming through. But it will be the boys from Foul Play as well coming through against the boys from 10-11. Ooh. Kenny gets a knock onto one of the players right there from O3. And I do believe it is boys from is O3 Ace is going to the last one for his squad. Vibe Gaming do find themselves in quite a great position as they continue to boost their way up, and now turning the sights onto the last player right there from O3, as Ace is currently being dealt with a lot of damage. Is forced to move all the way outside that zone, and the zone's now beginning to, just enclose into this position. But my goodness, the third party is coming through and now beginning to do some damage onto the boys right there from Vibe Gaming. All the way on the other corner, we do see the boys from 10-11 in a very sticky situation, as Bego will currently be the last one left up. Fex and Shex are currently knocked down, and it's not looking quite great for them, as they're having a game that probably, it's not going their way. But look at Vibe Gaming. They're currently situated outside that zone. The shots coming in from the distance is doing a whole lot of damage onto Kenny, and right now his vehicle's pretty much smoking up, but he's getting tested over and over again. And it will be the boss from Rage. It will be the man, the myth, the Alpha, who does get them taken back into the lobby. And now we're left with 9 players in this one. There was some Active Gaming going up against Afro Esports. Active Gaming sitting down with 2 eliminations to Booth. Afro Esports, it does look like they've lost one of the members. Swags has been sent back into the lobby. Alright, so much shots going on at every single corner. The boys from from CLS also in quite a sticky situation as Steros is trying as much as possible to keep the hopes alive. He's got several different players right there in front of him. It is Alpha and his boys. But a third party coming in from the boys from Active Gaming does take out that player right there. It will be, I think it was Pro who did get that knock coming through, but here comes the boys from Active Gaming. They got themselves 3 eliminations to boot, and you can now see Pro turning sights onto the boys from Rage, and he's not being able to get that knock, but he knows that there's one player right there who is currently underneath the water, and they're looking to see if they can get themselves into a good position within the zone quite on time. With so many different teams hard, a good game for the boys from Active Gaming might just boost them all the way into that top 4. Top C, obviously, coming into the line of sight of Steroids. Will find himself in a whole lot of trouble here. There's still one player right there for the boys from 10-11. Boys from Active Gaming holding what is quite a full squad right there, but it's on the sides onto Salam, and he will get sent back packing out of the game. And as Pro coming through with another bit of elimination, they can now just maybe turn the sights onto the boys from Afro Esports, who are trying as much as possible to find a spot for themselves, but it is shots coming through at every single corner. They've also got one player right there from 10-11 also within the vicinity who might be putting in a lot of problems for them, but Active Gaming continuing to send out the onslaught onto several different teams, and it does look like it is the boys from First Actics who are now beginning to feel the heat as Anez and his boys and Skinny are currently continuing on with the shots coming through, and it does look like now the boys from First Actics might just be getting sent out of the lobby. Look, it is Agatha and the rest in front of them, and the nade coming through from Anez might just do that damage, and you can see Anez just cooking another nade into that position. Maybe, just maybe, this might just be the time he's popping on them smokes, trying as much as possible to see if he can stay alive. Still First Tactics within this vicinity, but they've all healed up. Crux and his boys will be looking to see if they can move all the way up on this in this position. They've got the boys from Active Gaming and right there in front of them. So Active Gaming, they're sitting quite comfortably within the zone. Skinny and the rest looking quite strong, as we do see them looking to see if they can pull up, great performance in this one. They're holding what is quite a good position within this zone, but they've got the boys from First Actics definitely to deal with. There's also the boys from Dream Team as well. You can see Skinny and the rest are trying as much as possible to play this one quite careful. The Smokes looking to evade the shots coming through. And here's Active Gaming playing it quite safe. But from First Actors, just inching closer and closer, looking to see if they can put up those performances. On the other end, you do have the boys from OG who are sending on them shots onto several different teams in front of them. They've got to move all the way into that zone right now. They haven't got a vehicle. They've got to make a run for it. Okay, it does look like they have a vehicle, but OG Chief's vehicle is currently smoking right now. They've got smokes right there in front of them, so he does manage somehow, regardless of the fact that he has 1 HP, to get into that spot within the zone. Okay. Tough times right there as the boys from OG are looking to, pull into that zone right next to where the boys from Afro Esports are currently located at, and might the boys from Afro Esports, Peachy and his boys somehow keep them at bay, keep the boys from OG from getting into that zone. The boy Chief right there is down to pretty much what is 1 HP, as he is trying as much as possible to see if he can keep the hopes alive for his team, but with the zone doing the damage right there, finally he does get sent out of the game. It is Leza who now does the necessary knocks coming through, and the boys from Active Gaming are also getting activated in this position there, because they're holding a full squad to themselves, and This might have spelled the end for so many different teams around. And like I said, it was from Active Gaming. The current is in down with a 3-man squad. It looked like they were holding a full score for a moment, but they've got a little bit of that edge of the zone, and they've got themselves 6 of those eliminations coming through. The boys from Afro Esports also being dealt a lot of damage. But here comes the boys from Dream Team, looking to pull up onto this region, and it is just Neo who's currently on top. You can see he's trying as much as possible to see if he can keep the hopes alive in this one. But what was that? Was that a... Ooh, it looked like that was a stun, and he couldn't see. So now they're coming up in a 3v3 situation between the boys from Dream Team and the boys from Active Gaming. Now Dream Team, they got to get themselves into that zone. The boys from Active Gaming sitting down with 6 eliminations to come through. Sad Rash and these boys now beginning to get into that zone, but it will be Prop Pro who does get that knock coming through onto the boys from Dream Team. Now it's a 3v2 and looking for that next knock. Surge trying as much as possible to see if he can get that knock. He does come out of the rock. He does try to get that shift, but Skinny will get knocked down, and Prop Pro, he's not going for that revive. He don't do that. He's making that push. They want to eliminate the ops right there. You can see Surge is also making that move. They throw in the mollies, but it doesn't do quite any damage. But oh, look at Prop Pro. Now he's got to get that heal, and you can see him trying as much as he can. Should they have made that move to get that revive onto Skinny? Would that have been a better move for them? It does look like now they do have the confirmation coming through on Skinny. Ooh, but then second knock coming through right there for the boys from Dream Team, and it's a Surge who does the damage. But at the end of the day, it will be the boys from Active Gaming who do get that win, who do get those eliminations to come through. As you can see them sitting down with 9 eliminations to their name, and they do grab home the winner chicken dinner of the night. Absolutely amazing stuff coming through from the boys from Active Gaming and Dream Team. But you definitely have to give it to the boy Rash right there, as he did get them 8 of those eliminations. Look at the amount of the eliminations coming through from the boys from Dream Team, sitting down with I don't know if my maths is going to be matching in this one, but they're sitting down with 16 eliminations to come through right there. But that was some great gameplay coming through from both the boys from Active Gaming as well as the boys from Dream Team. But Active Gaming getting the winner chicken dinner in that particular game. So for now, we'll be taking a quick break. We still got 2 more games to go tonight. But for now, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back for some more action. We'll see you in a couple of moments. All right?
Hello guys, my name is ISTG Oluashom. My in-game name is 03NextZero18. I'm the current leader at the IGL of O3 Brothers. Yeah, we finished first place in the last season of MPL. And then our experience in the tournament was very, very good because it was a nice competition. So we could learn new things, we could learn how to rotate and new strats, and then it paid off well. And we hope you guys can get us a better stream and then increase the price pool. That was all. Thank you very much. Thank you Carbon. Thank you 1080. Thank you MPL. God bless. Hello guys, my name is ISTG Oluashom. My in-game name is 03NextZero18. I'm the current leader at the IGL of O3 Brothers. Yeah, we finished first place in the last season of MPL. And then our experience in the tournament was very, very good because it was a nice competition. So we could learn new things, we could learn how to rotate and new strats, and then it paid off well. And we hope you guys can get us a better stream and then increase the price pool. That was all. Thank you very much. Thank you Carbon. Thank you 1080. Thank you MPL. God bless. Hello guys, my name is ISTG Oluashom. My in-game name is 03NextZero18. I'm the current leader at the IGL of O3 Brothers. Yeah, we finished first place in the last season of MPL. And then our experience in the tournament was very, very good because it was a nice competition. So we could learn new things, we could learn how to rotate and new strats, and then it paid off well. And we hope you guys can get us a better stream and then increase the price pool. That was all. Thank you very much. Thank you Carbon. Thank you 1080. Thank you MPL. God bless.
Yo, all right, guys. So we'll be moving into the next game of the night, and I hope my voice has gotten a little bit clearer. I've been doing some, you know, throat gymnastics to make sure that my sound is a lot better in this one. But teams are already gearing up right there. So before we jump into the game, let's take a look at where everybody is currently on the entire leaderboard. I'm not sure if this has been updated now. So since that hasn't been updated, we will be coming back to take a look at this because I know the Bosom Active Gaming have a chicken dinner to their name. So we will be coming back to take a look at that in a moment. But in the meantime, we'll just continue on with this current game. But speaking about the current game, let's see where all of the teams are currently positioned at. We do see the boys from all three sitting down quite comfortably right there in Painan, all the way in that center. We do see the boys from Afro Esports and the boys from Active Gaming all now changing their spot are moving to a different location. Now they've gone away from the usual spot, well, I wouldn't really say it's the usual spot because that was actually Citizens Gaming's spot. But when there was a merge, or I wouldn't say a merge, when a couple of players from Citizens moved into Active Gaming, then it became Active Gaming's spot to move all the way into that Pochinki. But now they find themselves around the vicinity, right within Ruins, and they have moved away from the boss from Afro Esports now onto No Gaming. So we might see something going down between the two of them. So there's a potential fight between the boys from Active Gaming and No Gaming, as well as the boys from 10-11 and Free Esports. We'll be keeping an eye on all of those fights and see how it does continue to build up right there on that one. But guys, remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Let us know who you guys are supporting, who you think is going to be grabbing home this chicken dinner right here. All right, who is going to be coming out on top? Would they see the boys from Active Gaming get the previous one? And we'll be curious to see if they are able to put on the same performance again. I'm gonna check on what was wrong with that leaderboard, because there's a setting within the leaderboard for it to refresh once it's active, but it didn't refresh. So I'm now wondering, what's the problem? Or probably they haven't updated. Let me ask them. Okay, so they said the results are done 2 minutes ago, but it just hasn't updated. Let me see. Let's go. Okay, so the results have been updated now. The boys from Active Gaming find themselves in the second spot right next to the boys from Vibe Gaming. Okay, so yeah, so scores are now updated. Okay. Now, we did talk about the boys from Free Esports getting into a notification right there with the boys from 10-11. It does look like the boys from Free Esports are now getting into the mix right there. They have taken down one other players from 10-11 within this vicinity, and it does look like Shex is going to be bleeding right there, but he's able to get his health back up. But now they find themselves in a situation where it's going to be a 3v2 coming up with one of the players from Free Esports having been taken out. It's now left to Fex to somehow put up a battle in this one as the shots are already beginning to get loose, and Fex does get a knock onto Hawkeye there. He also is going to be getting the confirmation coming through, and Mondo has now been taken down. And this boys from 10-11 coming through with a couple of eliminations, but Bego is obviously going to be the scapegoat in this one for the boys from Free Esports, or should I say the casualty right here in this attack, as the boys from 10-11 are going to be losing one of the players, God G, God yeah. I don't know if that's God yeah, but yeah, it's God yeah. It's God yeah. All right, so No Gaming currently within this vicinity. They do have one elimination to themselves, but it does look like that elimination came through courtesy of the boys from Active Gaming. One of the players right there getting taken out. It does look like the boys from Active Gaming not willing to, make that push onto a full team in Romans, because, Romans is really hard for a lot of these teams to make that push to. So Active Gaming will continue to try to get themselves into a good position within that zone. But speaking about the zone, several different teams are already beginning to make their pushes. You can see that zone is pretty much within that central region. For now, we can move all the way towards that northern side, where you do see boot camp currently at, with a little bit of Pochinki still within it. It could actually act really that crazy sometimes, or we could see it moving all the way towards that central spot where boot camp Painan will currently be situated. There are a couple of teams already, lurking around that vicinity, and we will continue to keep an eye and see the way that one does develop. But my goodness, that is boys from OG who are also within the vicinity of the boys from O3. We've seen them come into several different skirmishes throughout today, and will this be the time where they do finally now find themselves in an early fight and doing well? The boys from Afro Esports, who did get that win today in the Infinix competition in the local land, we'll now be looking to see if they can do quite well for themselves right here. So let's go. Chief currently around the vicinity of the boys from 03. The boys from 10 and 11 getting that maximum amount of elimination so far within these games. Okay. So here's what it is. 03 brothers having an elimination. The boys from No Gaming sitting down with one of those eliminations to Booth. All of the teams are just waiting for that opportunity, waiting for the time when they continue to now begin to, inch closer towards each other. The way Pan currently is structured, a lot of these teams will be getting into the action quite quickly. But then there's also the boys from 21st Century now beginning to get into a fight with the boys from Actix. Actix Agatha has been, a revelation in the competition so far employing different tactics. All right. Here's what it is. First Actix and 21st Century. The 21st Century looking for that one opportunity to get that entry knock onto the boys from First Actix, and then begin to make the move onto them. The shots are being let loose as the boys from Knock and Lobby are also coming in through within this vicinity, looking to see if they can get into a little bit of that action right there. Crocs beginning to feel the heat as it does lose a little bit of HP to the boys from Knock and Lobby, and it does look like they're just going to be backing off away from that fight right now. Obviously, courtesy of the IGL putting on that warning, saying, hey, you know what, just back out, get out of that fight, get out of that position. Be better off if you just laid low for a second. On the other end of things, not too far away from that position where the boys from First Actix are, as the boys from CLS making the rotations on this vehicle. And then they're just looking for a spot to call their own, and it does look like that's exactly what's going to happen to them. Foul play all the way towards that northern region as well. They do have a team who's currently lurking around here. When I mean a team, I mean the boys from Dream Team. And it is this boy Archer who's currently outside that zone. The boys from Dream Team now beginning to get into the mix right there, as Sad does reduce a little bit of HP from foul play. Pels will get dropped down to the ground, and the zone's doing its own damage. But my goodness, what a time to be taking out a player, and especially when they're outside that zone. Boys from foul play obviously do not want to be losing the bodies, but Lone Wolf can only look on from a distance as the player does get eliminated. The confirmation now finally coming through, was got to find himself waiting to that zone because the rest of the players are currently situated right there as the boys from Dream Team are lurking around. Can he find a way to escape the ups right here? Are they going to be pulling up onto his location? That's another question. Speaking of location, look at where all these teams are currently positioned at. Ooh. There was some No Rage, and CLS also might be getting into a skirmish all the way inside that zone. They're inching closer and closer towards each other. MLB also looking to get themselves into that conversation. Remember, they've been absolutely aggressive today. They've been getting into the fights left, right, center. And they might just be looking to see if they can get those extra bits of eliminations coming through. And speaking about eliminations, the shots already now beginning to fly. As one of the players right there from CLS does get taken down. He was knocked quickly and Lobit. But now here's Roach sending on them names. But he also will get dropped by Magic. Magic being absolutely outstanding as him and Creed and the boys are continuing on with their onslaught. And they will be looking to see if they can continue to get the eliminations coming through, but definitely it will be Stoner coming in and holding Magic down, and it puts him to the ground. And now's where the boy from MOB will be looking to see if they can get that revive. CLS on the other end. On the other end, they've lost one of the members. They couldn't get Danny Brown, the man, the myth, to come in, but Steroids obviously trying as much as possible to see if he can hold them back. If we can put up the performances for them, but then they're not holding back. They're not coming through again. Takes Magic down again. And as long as you have the Magic board right, they can make a move onto that position where 11 is currently at, and they're going up in a 2v1 situation and up against Steroids and up against 11, and they do drop him down. So it does lose a bit of HP, but it will be MOB who do lose another one of the players. And what looked like they were on the front foot for just a minute is them now losing two of the bodies, and it's left with just Creed and Rage to somehow try as much as possible to hold them up in this game. It's looking quite dicey for them. Rage and Stoner being absolutely outstanding in that position as they do get themselves those extra bit of eliminations to keep their players right, to keep the team right in this game. The Terrorists did get a knock, but so far they were able to hang on to their life in this particular one as they do get themselves four of those eliminations coming through. Now they'll be looking to see if they can get themselves into a good spot within that zone. They've got the boys from OG right there in front of them. OG and Karate sitting down with a full squad. Boys from CLS will be looking to see if they can get themselves into those vicinities. We'll take a look at the map in a minute and see where all of these teams are currently situated at, all the way towards that positions where the boys from Knock on Lobby are situated at. You can see them now taking it under action. It is Lagba coming up against the boys from Rage right there. He tops it down to the ground. He gets the knock and he gets the elimination coming through, but the shots are still flying down towards his direction as they currently are up with just two of the members. They've lost a couple of players right there, and they're trying as much as possible to see if they can hold on against the boys from Rage. Rage are being absolutely outstanding. They've got only two bodies currently up, but there's also right there on the kill for the boys from 10-11 coming up against the boys from Active Gaming as they do catch one of the players from Active Gaming and send him down. Captain, the last one hopeful. Like the last one hopeful for his team as Captain will get knocked down. The boys from Rage are currently lurking and looking to approach this particular situation, but can he get the revive just in time? Alright, Alpha trying as much as possible to see if he can get the knocks coming through. Lagba has been able to get his guy back up, but can Captain come in and provide that necessary support? Captain will get dropped by Top G, and Top G gets an elimination coming through to the two of the players right there from Knock and Lobby. And we're seeing the action coming through at every single corner. So many of these teams are now itching forward over and over again, trying to see if they can get into the mix themselves. Boys from Afro Esports also feeling the heat right there in Painan, as they do have the boys from as they do have the boys from 03 currently pulling up onto this particular region. We're still down with about 13 teams right here. With the amount of action that we've seen so far, you would think there's a lot less. But we'll just quickly turn our sights onto the boys from Vibe Gaming. There's action going on at different corners. There are boys from Afro Esports versus 03. On the other side, you have the boys from Vibe Gaming coming up against the boys from First Actics. And Bougie looking to pop on those names to keep their hopes alive. The boys from Afro Esports have managed somehow to keep their full team in this one. Hey guys, is that sound coming through for you guys? I don't know, on my phone I can't hear any sound when I'm listening to the playback of the video. I don't want to think that there's no sound. Excuse me, ma'am. Way towards that position where the boys from Knock on Lobby are situated at. Okay, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm listening to it so that everything is okay. I know that I do sound very nasal today. Do forgive me, guys. I have a cold. Tomorrow, hopefully, with Priest and someone else, I will just do the production because I have been doing production quite well, so I can still be healthy enough to do the production. But for now, I've got to continue to get this on. All right, Neo searching for that kill, searching for the boys from 03 around them, and trying to see if he can get that knock onto them. But it will be Swags who's providing him the cover, as one of the players right there from 03 does get taken down. It is Nexus who does get dropped down, and now they're searching, now they're itching to see if they can take down several different players around them. The boys from Active Gaming are currently in that blue, but you can see the boys from Afro are currently searching, trying to see if they can put up the damage. Neo just moving up in this position. Can he get that knock? Can he get that required knock to put them down? And that's exactly what he's gonna do. Sending on them shots onto this position as he does drop down. The boys from 03 are just left with no name, and it looks like the boys from Afro Esports are going to be wiping them through in this particular game. Our defending champions are not looking quite great, as Nexus currently is dropped down. No name trying as much as possible to keep them alive in this game, as he does reduce Neo's HP. But Neo's not walking alone. He does have support. Laser pulls up. Laser is also down to pretty much 1 HP. No name trying as much as possible to keep their hopes alive in this game, but he will get dropped. Now the third party shots also coming through from several different positions, trying to see if they can get those eliminations coming through up against the boys from Afro Esports. But here comes the boys from 10-11. 10-11 currently sitting down with those eliminations right there, but Effects will get dropped down to the ground and get lobbied quite quickly. Now the boys from 10-11 are currently now sitting down with just 2 eliminations to boost, as several of these teams are looking to see if they can get themselves into that center of that zone. But the boys from 10-11 are currently pretty much just in a gatekeeping position right now against the boys from Rage Esports. And they continue on to send on them shots onto this position. It is Shex and Gaudier who are the 2 members left for this team. But the nade coming in from Gaudier does put Top G down, as boys from Rage Esports will now be left with just 2 of the members currently up. Now, can they get that revive? It does look like they can. And not too far away, but with Top G currently dropped down outside that zone, it does look like it might definitely be unlikely. All right, the shot's being let loose right there from Shags as he's looking to see if he can get those extra bit of knocks coming through. All right, 10-11 down to the last guy. Looking to see if they can get that revived. The boys from Rage Sports are currently in front of them, looking to take them out of the game. But Shags down to pretty much what is 1 HP, and the third party coming in through from the boys from Afro Esports, and they do finally now get that elimination to put them out of the game. So 10-11 not having quite the game that they would have hoped for. And here comes the boys from Rage as well, trying as much as possible to see if they can keep themselves alive in this game. Salam's the last one for his team, as he's holding on quite to their life in this one. The boys from Active Gaming did lose a couple of the members, but they're down to just Anez. Anez trying as much as possible to keep hopes alive in this one for them. They're fighting on to make sure that they continue to rack up those points all the way up on that leaderboard. We did see before the game started, they had managed to boost themselves all the way into that second spot. We'll see if that does work out for them, but all these guys are now continuing to boost themselves up into that spot, as we do see the boys from 21st Century. 21st Century having quite the game that they would have hoped for, but they're now coming up against the boys from Afro Esports. Okay, the sound. So that's good. That's good. Yeah, just making sure of that. Now the boys from 21, they have Baby who's currently knocked down, but it's outside that zone, but they couldn't get that revive. Why didn't you just go out, carry him into the zone? I don't I don't know. I guess they were currently afraid. No Gaming is also coming into the conversation, as they've got the boys from Afro Esports right there in front of them, and you can see the revive coming through for the boys from No Gaming. Afro Esports also looking to see if they can get into that conversation. No Gaming getting hurt right there, as they do lose another member. They're down to just Keys and Beebs in this game. But here comes the boys from 21st Century. They're currently sitting down with a 3-man squad. They've got Agatha to deal with. They've also got the boys from Afro Esports. Agatha, the last one hopeful for her team. She will get taken out of the game, as Rory is having none of that. The boys from 21st Century are still looking quite strong in this one, as they turn the sights onto the boys from Afro Esports. You can see Rory having none of that. He does put Laser down to the ground and looking for that bit of elimination, but come on, man. The point matters definitely to the boys from 21st Century, as they continue to get the drop onto several different teams around them. Afro Esports now down to... And now it will be the boys from No Gaming, who are currently outside that zone, and they've managed to somehow hold on to their life in this one, and they are holding on as much as they can. But at the end of the day, the winner chicken dinner would definitely be going down to the boys from 21st Century, as they did manage to get themselves into a good spot at the end of the day, and that definitely is going to be currently boosting them all the way up on that leaderboard. All right, guys, so in the meantime, we're going to be taking a quick break. We'll look at the leaderboard when we're back. I do believe we have one more game of the night, so we're going to be looking at the leaderboard once we come back and take a look at where all of the teams are going to be situated. I hope you guys have been enjoying the game so far, as we'll be taking a look at the last game of the night. All right, guys, so we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back for some more action. I'll see you guys in a couple of moments. See you soon. right, guys, so we're moving straight into the next game of the night right there. I did have a problem with my camera for a second, and I'm not sure what it is with the live scores, but it does look like it's having a little bit of glitch right there. So I'm just gonna wait to see if it does get updated in a moment, and I'll see if it does get back. But we'll just be moving straight into the third game of the night, and it has been an amazing day between all of these teams. And for those who joined quite late, I did have quite a cold. I did try to mention that quite early on, and yeah, that threw me off guard for a little bit, but we back regardless, and things are looking up. All right. So we're down with OG, and wondering who's going to be that team who's going to be grabbing home the winner chicken dinner in this particular game. We'll see how that one does pan out for a lot of these guys, but guys, do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Let us know what team that you're supporting, who you're rooting for, who do you think is going to be grabbing home the winner chicken dinner in this particular game, who's going to be taking this one home. Okay, let us know down right there within the comments who you think is going to be sealing this one through. So speaking about the comments and speaking about things right now, I'm just going to pay quick attention onto the current map and see where all of these teams are currently positioned. And you can see that map is already moving towards that northern side, and all of these teams are looking quite positioned well. I'm just trying to see if we can sort out a problem with the quality. Hey guys, just give me a second. I'm trying to sort out a bit of quality issue. Alright, let's see. Maybe this one solves it. Okay. Alright, so this solves it. Gets a little bit of that better quality in the game. Alright, coming through from the phone right now. But here's the thing about iPhone 14, it's now coming in with that notch. I'm not sure why that notch is showing there now. It wasn't showing there before. For some weird reason, it's now showing the notch. I have no idea why. iPhone 14 can be weird like that sometimes. Wasn't showing the notch before. Now it's showing it. It's just can be a bit weird. I'll try and see if I can get it off. Okay, so what I was just joining, I'm starting to sort out a problem coming through with the iPhone. Because it was showing this weird notch. I'm trying to see if I can get that off. My guy is still showing me the notch. My guy, why now? Why? iPhone. Okay, let's see if I can get it off, but for now we're just gonna be looking at it from one screen, and it's just gonna be this screen that's gonna be showing for now until we're able to get that other screen back up. And I'm just gonna run you through this particular fight right here. There's the boys from No Gaming coming up against the boys from Foul Play, and you can see them going toe to toe against each other, and it is just Locaine and and the boy right there from PlayStation, who are currently trying as much as possible to keep their hopes alive in this game. Well, Rusty being absolutely wicked there does get the confirmation onto Lone Wolf in that particular one, with Pearls currently down, and you can see that Locane trying as much as possible to keep their hopes alive in this particular game, and he's now going in for Rusty. And here's the thing that usually happens, sometimes you find yourself in these positions, and you prioritize getting the eliminations coming through. What that does mean is that you yourself might now begin to get thirsted, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're coming in with that thirst right there, but the shots coming through can somehow get the revenge. So it's the last player for his team, and you can see him now putting up onto that region, looking to see if he can get those that revenge coming through. But it will be Pels who does come in right there as soon as he got healed with the elimination onto the last player right there. So has now been taken out of the game, taken out of that one. Okay, so I'm gonna try and see. This was never a thing, man. Look at that big notch showing right there. I don't know how to deal with it, guys. We're just gonna have to deal with it for tonight. I don't know how to remove this notch. I don't know how or why it's come here. Well, I think I have an idea what to do with it. I'm just gonna take this guy and put it here. Yeah, no more notch. No more notch. Okay, I'll take it there, and you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine there. So that one does block the notch, and yeah, we'll be good. All right, so we can focus on the game in the meantime. Sorry for those distractions coming through with that notch right there, but we can now continue to take a look at the game and see where all of these teams are currently situated at, as they are looking to see if they can continue to move into a good spot within that zone. All of these teams are now itching quite closer and closer towards getting themselves into a great spot right there within the zone. And let us know who you think is going to be grabbing home this one. I'm a little bit tired, man. Super duper tired. So I had put in landscape mode. Hold on. Okay, we're now seeing all of those teams moving all the way towards that should I say northern region, with the boys from 10-11 looking quite strong up against the boys from OG right here. And OG coming into this position, they've got only two of the members situated within this region, but they're still holding a full squad, and it does look like the rest of the members are currently hopping up in a vehicle looking to see if they can pull up into this position right here in prison. The shots already beginning to fly as one of the players right there from OG does get dropped down to the ground, and there's also Chief who will also get knocked down, and all of a sudden the buddies just keep dropping over and over again. And what will Pedro be doing? Will he be getting out of this position right here? Will he be getting out of touch? He's not even looking to see if he can revive his teammate. He's just trying to, as possible, to see if he can escape this position right here. But Pedro is in a very precarious situation. This is down to pretty much just what is 1 HP. Can he escape just in time? Well, he might be moving away from one opposition right to the next, as the boys from Dream Team are also within this vicinity, and it looks like they're currently on the chase. They're looking to see if they can get that final elimination coming through, and it's the boys from 10 and 11 who are on that naughty chase, and then there's Gaudier himself who is, continuing on that chase onto the boy right there. But it does look like he's got to stop. He's just got to, we still have that notch. I don't know what has happened with my iPhone, but the whole resolution, everything has just gone crazy. When we started the game, it was looking quite good, but for some reason it's just gone bonkers. like the whole thing. It's just But anyways, we're just gonna manage it until the end, and I'll find another option tomorrow. I'll still be handling production tomorrow, but at the end of the day, I would not be able to cast. I'm just doing this because I have to, and there's no one else available. But for tomorrow, I think I'm just gonna do production, and maybe Priest and someone else will be the ones doing the casting. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to cast in this voice, or with this situation that is my voice. It's not going to be quite easy for me, but I'll see. But if I'm doing just production, then I can concentrate. All right, so the boys from Rage Esports are now pulling up onto this location right here within Yasnaya. They've got a couple of ups around the region, and they've got the boys from Knock and Lobby, and it is Captain and his boys who will be trying as much as possible to see if they can get into the fight. And you can see Captain just evolving around this vicinity, and there's one of the players right there from Rage, who is not too far away from this position, who might be looking to see if he can get himself into some of the action right there. And I do believe it's boy Alpha. He will be looking to see if he can get himself into a little bit of that action there. They do need to continue to rack up those points. Fucking Akin and the rest of the boys will be trying as much as possible to get into the action in this top C. He has spotted a bit of position right there for the boys from Knock and Lobby, who are currently in front of him. You can see they're just waiting for that one opportunity to begin to take on the shots and to begin to make that push. But it's a very difficult position right here in Asnaya. Usually teams don't make that full send and start to get into the action immediately. They will wait for that one knock first of all, because it's very hard to push this position right here in Asnaya, and that's exactly what they're waiting for. But in the meantime, the boys from Knock and Lobby can continue to dance around this position and take a look at where the boys from Free Esports are currently at and continue to take on the shots into their position. All right, so aside from this fight, we're seeing several different teams now begin to get into skirmishes at several different places. The boys from First Actics are also getting into a skirmish themselves, right there within that center against the boys from Free Esports. And Free Esports are down to pretty much what is the last player. There's Mondo, who's trying as much as possible to see if he can hold on to their life. In this one, they've got two of the players who are currently knocked down, but he can get Rumsey back up, and we know Rumsey is that guy who's usually making that push. They have lost another one of the players, that is Hawkeye, who will get knocked down, and the boys from First Actics are now beginning to push onto this location to see if they can get that final knock or that final elimination onto the last two guys from Free Esports. And you can see right there, Rumsey does get dropped down into the ground, and the boys from First Actics will now get that last elimination and send them back packing into the lobby. And it's tough at every single corner. All these teams trying as much as possible to hold their own right here. And yes, now these two teams are still, just dancing with each other, looking for that one opportunity themselves. And speaking about the zone, we'll take a look at the map right here, as we do see several different teams already beginning to make their way into that zone right there. Yes, now we got a couple of teams, and things are just pretty much just choked up. You got the boys from Knock and Lobby. You got Rage, and you also got one of the players right there from OG. Pedri is the last guy for his team. Remember, they did lose a couple of players right there to the boys from 10 and 11. And that definitely did turn things around for them. Oh boy. Oh god, I hate this code. I hate this code. I hate this code. Okay, let's go. Okay. All right, there was some rage. Just itching quite closer and closer towards the boys from Knuckle Lobby. The map's now beginning to get smaller and smaller, so moving all the way into that stage 3. You can see the shots now being let loose from Alpha onto that position where the boys from Dream Team are currently situated at, and you can see that the shots are just currently missing its target. Let's go. All the way towards that southern side. You see the boys from Active Gaming trying as much as possible to begin to make the rotation. And the shots are beginning to fly. But right now, we do see the boys from 03 also now beginning to get into the action themselves, as they do have one of the players currently dropped by the boys from Foul Play. First Actic sitting down with the maximum amount of eliminations. They will be curious to see if the boys from Foul Play are going to be pulling up onto this position. But the boys from Foul Play, who do have just 2 players to their name, are now coming in the line of sight of the boys from 03. Will they be pulling up onto those compounds right there, looking to take them out? I'm not sure the boys from 03 are aware that it's just a 2-man squad who will quite sit in that vicinity. If not, they'll be making their push right there. Remember, some other teams will just be looking for that one knock to make that push. And Bells is trying as much as possible to see if he can evade the shots coming through, but it's just him and Locano currently right there. The shots continuing to fly as the boys from Foul Play continue to keep them at bay. Foul Play PLC and his teammate continue to send on them shots onto that position. Whew. I have to go to the shops to try and see if I can buy a graphics card tomorrow. I'll see, sure. I'm not sure if I'll see one because it's Sunday. Man, this is crazy. Maybe I'll use the emulator, sure. But the emulator is stress, man. Emulator is stress. I don't know why this thing just is messing up now. The graphics is just weird. It's just weird. But anyways, we'll manage it. For today, I'll figure out what's going on with it later on. For today, we'll just manage it. Alright, so the West Ham 03 now beginning to make their rotations into that zone, as they will be looking to see if they can get those extra bit of eliminations. Remember, coming into this game they had lost I think they were sitting down in second spot coming into today's games. No, not second spot actually. I do believe it was fourth spot. But they are our current, defending champions, and they will be looking to see if they can rack themselves those points. At some point in time yesterday, they found themselves all the way on top of that leaderboard before the boys from Vibe Gaming took away their spot. And now the boys from Vibe Gaming, as well as the boys from Active Gaming, are sitting down in that first and second spot. So we'll see if that changes at the end of this game, and several different teams will be looking to start to make the rotations. And we'll turn our sights onto the boys from First Actics, who are lurking around another team. Not sure exactly who that is, but the boys from Afro Esports are also beginning on with their action up against the boys from Knock and Lobby. And the boys from Knock and Lobby do seem to not be living up to their name, as they're getting pushed by Peachy and the rest of his boys, and they're looking for that final bit of elimination. Captain as much as possible, trying to see if he can evade them and get into his vehicle, but Peachy will be coming through with that amazing knock right there and getting the confirmation. On the other end, we do see some shots getting let loose by the boys from First Actics, as they continue to send on them shots onto the boys from Dream Team. They're not able to get the knock to come through. Oh, boy. right, but here's where things now begin to get super interesting as all these teams are looking to, get themselves into a great spot within that zone. And you can see that all of them are now beginning to make the rotations coming all the way from that northern side. It is the boys from Rage Active Gaming also have made quite a rotation coming in from that location that they had all the way towards that southern side. Now they found themselves at school and they're coming in from that environment as well. The boys from Active Gaming playing quite an edge game right here, looking to see if they can get themselves the points to move all the way into that final zone. And that final zone with a full squad definitely does give you the chance to get that winner chicken dinner at the end of the day, and that's exactly what the boys from Active Gaming would definitely be looking up to. Boys from 10-11 looking around. The boys from Dream Team 10-11 coming into this one. They still got a full squad to the name. They've got 3 eliminations to boot. As they will be looking to see if this is the game that does seal them that number 1 spot back. Remember, the boys from Vibe Gaming towards the latter game yesterday did steal that number 1 spot away from them. Now they definitely will be telling themselves, hey, you know what? I want that spot back. I want that position. Alright, so you see the action now beginning to ensue between the boys from First Actics and the boys from Dream Team. Dream Team looking for those eliminations to come through right here. They do pull up onto the boys from First Actics, and it does look like they will be forcing the boys from First Actics to backtrack a little bit and move all the way into that central spot. So you can see the boys from First Actics, the rest of the players. It is just Crux and Agate who have now moved towards that central position, and Dream Team will be looking to see if they can come into this spot within that zone. Remember to try as much as possible to begin to inch closer and closer, but Dream Team have a couple of problems of their own as the boys from 10-11 continue to send on the shots onto their position right there. And I'm covering the kill feed with this thing. Actually, it is covering the kill feed. Okay. Oh man, I need to find a way to get that thing out by tomorrow. I don't know what's wrong with Apple. I don't know. It's just gone. iPhone 14 is weird. It's weird like that. Yeah, very weird. Alright, so now beginning to see the shots being let loose right there in that particular position. Here's what it is. Also, all the way on this end, you do see the boys from Active Gaming. They've lost 2 of the players. They're going up against the boys from MOB. The shots flying over and over again, and CLS is also pulling up into this vicinity, looking to see if they can get a couple of knocks to their name as well. Just flying at every corner. You can see them just driving around. The boys from Active Gaming finding themselves in a very sticky situation. Are they going to be getting out of dodge right here? That is looking quite tough for them. There are 13 teams left within the lobby, so Arnaz is going to be hopping into his vehicle. But right here on the other end, it is the boys from Dream Team who do find themselves in quite a sticky situation too as well. As they do have the boys from 10-11 right there in front of them. 10-11 sitting down with 4 of those eliminations to booth. Oh my god, this cold. My goodness. Alright, Afro Esports also coming into the mix. Afro Esports have still got themselves a full squad, but it does look like it is boys from CLS who will be pulling up in between the boys from 10-11 and the boys from Active Gaming, and it does look like they're going right there for it up against the boys from Active Gaming as they do take out Anez and send them back into the lobby. The boys from CLS getting that extra elimination to come through. We'll now be looking to see if they can turn the sides onto Surge. Such as the last one for Active Gaming is currently within those buildings right there. The shots and the third-party shots continuing to fly.
This guy not die, bro. You guys even saw it. Bro.
Several different teams around this vicinity. There's still the boys from Dream Team continue to send on the shots onto the boys from 10-11, and they've got the boys from Rage behind them as well, so they've got to be careful. 10-11 also feeling the heat as the boys from Afro Esports are also pulling up onto their location. As they do drop a couple of buddies right there. They're now looking for the final guy. They're looking to take out Shegs. It's the one who is currently just holding things. He sees the boys from Afro Esports up right there on that hill. They've pulled up into his vicinity looking to take him out. And things are not looking quite great for them. Also, the boys from Dream Team all the way in the distance, continuing to feel the heat. As Afro Esports will now be looking to see if they can hop into the vehicle and just get out of that position, get themselves into a more favorable spot within that zone. Checks the last one hopeful for the boys for 10-11. Will now be looking to see if he can get themselves into a good position. But now he might be able to play spoiler for onto the boys from Afro Esports. Afro Esports going away from one problem, finding themselves into another, as they will now get taken out of the game by the boys from CLS. Here it comes. Trouble with every single corner. Shags trying as much as possible to see if he can find himself a spot, but the shots are being let loose onto his position. So many different teams within that zone. 21st Century continues to send on shots onto the boys from Dream Team. Dream Team holding on 5 of those eliminations, but it doesn't look like they might be in the game for too long, as the shots continuing to fly onto that position where they currently are at. We still got about 7 teams right here within the lobby. The boys from 21st Century might just be able to do something for us. This might just be the time. This might just be the moment. Oh my God. See, one thing about code there, code can just change like your entire like vibe, man. Kai, I feel so weak. Like, guys, so forgive me, man. I'm trying my best, but like, then it's just, I don't know, it's just annoying. But anyways, I'm gonna just keep on pushing. All right. So we see 21st Century, we see Baby. At least I'll just make sure that we are seeing all of the action, and you know, I'm able to capture most of it. Vibe does go down. Iceman is just left with teams who's trying to keep them alive in this game, but they will get taken out of the lobby. And now we got 4 teams. We got the boys from CLS, we got 21st Century, we got Dream Team, and then we got Rage. That's it, guys. Oh, the shots being let loose at every single corner, and the bodies are currently dropping. You do see the boys from CLS losing another member right there. Still was trying to mount on the sides onto the boys from 21st Century. He does get a knock and takes him down. Here it comes. The shots being let loose at every single corner. The boys from Rage Esports might now begin to relish this moment as the time where they do grab that winner chicken dinner. They're currently sitting down with a full squad around them. The boys from CLS are reduced down to pretty much just what is 2 players, but CLS have got themselves 9 eliminations to boost. But now the boys from Rage Esports who are sitting down with 4 of those eliminations might be looking to see if this might be the moment where they do get themselves that winner chicken dinner. You do see them sitting down with 4 eliminations, but they've got the numbers, they've got the buddies. Now they can keep on taking the shots onto several different teams around them. And now's where it begins to count. Rage Esports to lose one of the members. It gets body. He gets dropped down to the ground, and now I'll be curious to see the boys from CLS. Will begin to make their push onto this location. They have two of the players. 6Ben is still in the game. He's still putting on that battle. The two of them have got to find a way to get themselves into that zone. Salam's the one who is currently blocking them from making that push. But let's see how it goes. Alright, so the boys from CLS now begin to make their action. The steroid does reveal his body right there, and that does allow Salam the opportunity to begin to send on the shots into his position, and Stunner is somehow still holding onto their life in that position. But look at his HP just dropping as the zone is doing its own damage on the side, but the boys from Rage are currently dropping down. The steroids is still putting in the work in this game, and can Alpha and the rest of his teammates somehow seal this game through? But steroids is still trying as much as possible to see if he can battle things out, but at the end of the day, it will be the boys from Rage Esports who do find themselves coming out on top in that game right there. Amazing stuff coming through from all of these guys at the end of the day. They coming down with 5 of those eliminations in this one right there. Whew. All right, so we did somehow manage to finish the game, okay? So we did it. We finished the game. You know, everybody, yay. We managed to, hey God, Lord help us. So, somehow my camera has gone off. I'm not sure why. But anyways, I'm just going to switch onto the leaderboard. Before this game started, the boys from Active Gaming found themselves in second spot. The boys from 21st Century found themselves in third spot. And Vibe Gaming was still, as much as possible, leading the charge. But now, the question lies, who is going to be on top of the entire leaderboard by the end of the game? That is the question. In a couple of moments, the should I say, updated leaderboard is going to be out, but you guys will find that on Instagram. My camera is dead, actually. The battery is dead, so I won't be able to show my cam. I'm not feeling too fine. I need to go rest and recover from this flu that I have caught from God knows where. I won't be able to cast tomorrow, but I'll try and see if I can do production. So I'll be in the back end doing production, but I won't be able to speak. I won't be able to talk because I don't want to give a poor performance. I do think I was in my best tonight, so I will try and see if we can get another caster for tomorrow. I do apologize for the not on par performance. But regardless, go check out the final leaderboard on our social media channels. Check it out on Instagram, check it out on Facebook, check it out everywhere, guys. And we'll catch you guys same time tomorrow for some more action right here. All right, so don't go. Do remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and wish me a good night's rest. Okay, hopefully this thing is gone by tomorrow morning, and then Iron Priest can be off to our thing. Hopefully, if not, it's just Priest. You'll be alone tomorrow because I won't be able to do this. All right, man. Cheers, everyone, and I'll see you guys same time tomorrow. All right, bye bye.